Yeah, you spent a lot of them, many last years, travelling the globe. Did you have any special ways of keeping up with Norwich's score, or watching them in far-flung places?
I'm afraid to say, as a Norwich City fan in exile, it wasn't easy, mainly because of the time difference. So all the other guys on the team used to laugh at me that at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday at 5 a.m. or 1 p.m. or whenever it was, weird times across the world, I was tuning into Norwich and just keeping across what was going on the internet. And it was horrible not being able to see the matches. But I made sure that as I travelled the world, I educated people in the ways of Norwich City, handing out a few Norwich City badges and wearing my Norwich City top whenever I could.
Obviously based back in the country.
Yeah.
What hopes do you think Norwich should have for the upcoming season? They're third in the Premier League.
Yeah, I just think that the really important thing for Norwich fans is not to suddenly think that we need to be finishing in the top 4 or 5, or that we should be in the Europa League, or that we should be winning trophies every season. I think Norwich are in a really difficult place, and we're in a place that a lot of Premier League teams are in, where we're establishing ourselves in the Premier League. But where do we go from here? 11th or 12th in the Premier League and a decent run in the Cup is what Norwich City fans should be expecting and should be delighted about, by the way. What we don't want to do is allow ourselves to think that we're so safe in the Premier League that we take our eye off the ball, and suddenly before we know it we've been relegated. And you only have to look at Charlton to see that you can spend a long time being the club that everybody admires in the top flight, and within a couple of seasons you crash. And we've got to avoid that really, really carefully. We did it. We were a Premier League team 7 or 8 years ago, then ended up in the 3rd tier of English football. It can happen so quickly.
As a TV presenter, how do you balance the neutrality of doing that with the ups and downs of being a football fan?
I remember when I used to work at the BBC and I was on Final Score, and I used to say, OK, there's been a goal at Carrow Road, and then as soon as we cut to the commentator, I was like, what's happened? Have Norwich scored or not? And it'll be strange, actually, doing all the build-up and watching the match this weekend on BT Sport. It's the first time that I've hosted a live Norwich City game for them. But hopefully I'm a good luck charm, because the last time I was here was when we played Ipswich and we smashed them. And that was live on the BBC. And that was a joyful day.
Have your colleagues been giving you a bit of banter in the lead up to this one?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, there's plenty of that. Yeah, there's plenty of banter. But Norwich are doing well. We're flying. Paul Lambert's team, 3 defeats on the spin. Obviously, there's a bit of an needle when it comes to Paul Lambert coming back to Carrow Road. So I think we'll be keen to make sure the players understand the importance of this game to the fans.
And finally, Jake, how happy are you to be presenting for the sport that you love?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing to grow up as a football fan and then to be sitting here today, back in the same seat with the same view that I had all those years ago, to think that I'll be hosting Norwich City's game against Villa in the Premier League live on BT Sport this weekend. Very strange.
Let's hope we bring you some luck, Jake.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, pal.
Cheers.